ladies and gentlemen, to the Racers Elite Network iRacing Xfinity Series live here tonight at the Kentucky Speedway. A mile and a half long track here. Ron Posman has the action. Russell Martin, not the announcer. I believe I got Dakota tonight, maybe. We'll see if anybody decides to join me up here in the booth throughout the course of this event. Other than that, we'll play it by ear. Oh, there's Dakota. Hi, Dakota. How are you tonight? Don't have any volume on you. That could be my fault, though. Let me check. It is my fault. Try again, buddy. There we
I've
are.
been talking to you for a solid 2 minutes, and I guess you haven't heard me.
Nope. I was working on checking some stuff here in the background and all that other great stuff, and didn't quite come up on my end.
Fair enough. Well, I'm loading in now. I'm looking forward to some Kentucky Speedway and Xfinity car. I don't get to call these a lot.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting here. I'll fix this real quick because that was temporary for last Thursday, really. So we'll make that true, and at least it'll be on the screen before I take it off.
Yeah, sorry about missing last week. I believe I was sick.
Yeah, you were. It happens. We're glad that you're feeling better and back behind the microphone and ready to do what we got to do after a Saturday at Mount Washington.
Oh yeah, that was a long one, but it was also really fun to watch.
And from this point forward, that is all Matt Mettler's fault.
Yeah.
Fun
Oh man.
times. Those that don't know, that was a really fun time.
Got to give Matt a hard time as he just would not shut up. Just playing. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't kill me.
No kidding. I was trying to. Where is my? I was trying to do something that's not cooperating with me. That's fine. I don't need that. I was trying to pull up the stuff I was using the other broadcast the other day.
Yo, I don't know what kind of drugs my computer snorted before this, but I just hit 300 frames per second for
Holy
a moment.
crap!
Yeah.
That is insane. Oh, how do I get to this
So I
thing?
believe you got the race info pulled up, correct? So
Yeah, it's up right now.
looks like we're going to have an air temp of 76, 33% humidity. A little bit of wind coming from the south, which is might affect the drivers, but honestly, not that much. And it looks like the temperature is going to go down as the race progresses here. So could potentially be looking at getting a little bit slicker of a track here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things go with that slicker track, especially a couple of these drivers maybe pushing the limits a little more tonight than usual. A couple of
Yeah,
something to take note. We do have a filter for the qualifying here as far as the tower goes. So the drivers that are actually in the chase championship or the championship will be highlighted in like a I can call it goldenrod. I didn't do exactly gold because it made the times harder to read.
fair enough. And as this will be my first race, I've actually broadcasted here with the Xfinity side of things. I'm not really sure how the point standings are looking, but it does look like we got Hess, Hoke, Dunaway, Benelli, a couple other drivers I'm used to seeing. So it shouldn't be too hard to get the gist of things very quickly here.
Speaking of Racers Elite Chase, I want to congratulate all the drivers that are eligible to be part of the chase coming into this series. I'm not going to read the Craftsman Truck ones or the Cup Series ones, but Sean Dunaway is your current point leader with 2017 points. Andrew Teft is second with 2016 points, and Cliff Adams in third with 2012 points. All three of those drivers with 2 wins apiece. Stephen Luttrell with 2012 points is in fourth. Fifth is Cody Benelli with 2009 points. Lee Campbell with 2008 points. Truth Oak with 2007 points. The next one back. Patrick Millette has 1 win with 2006 points. Kyle Hess with 2005 points is a tie between him and Barry Nelson. Nelson has a win. Kyle Hess does not. The difference between those two drivers. Dennis Kane with 2,004 points, also tied with Troy Thomas, who also has 2,004 points but one win. So, congrats to those drivers for being in the chase for the championship. And across the board here, you can see even they're very, very diverse. A couple of those drivers making the chase in almost or in at least some of all three series. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so real quick, a little soft change of topic here, since we're talking about the chase. NASCAR bringing the old school style chase back. How do you feel about that?
I started reading into it, but it's going to be interesting to see how things play out when it comes down to that. I,
I mean,
I'm for it, but it's going to be weird.
yeah, it is gonna be a little weird. But I mean, like for instance, I believe Kyle Larson probably had the most wins during the playoff last season, so I would have put him in an even better spot, and he ended up winning anyways. But for instance, I think like Chase Elliott would be someone that would benefit from this style of chase format or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Or there's a couple of drivers that benefit more from this, in my opinion.
I think that's right. How do I do that? Should be what I need. So Kyle Hess looks like he's on top of the leaderboard at the moment with a 30.541 second lap. So we'll see if he can hold on. Truth Hook second quick right now with a 30.560. Third quick, Andrew Tuft with a 30.579. Aaron Marquis sits fourth quick right now with 30.585. Cody Benelli rounds out your top five. Currently with a 30.610 second lap time. Jonathan Stidham is sixth with a 30.666 second lap. He needs to knock that off. Barry Nelson is seventh with a 30.678 second time. Ira Kohlhaas in eighth with a 30.721 second lap. Brandon Biddy is ninth with a 31.078. It's easy to get bumped back. Now Sean Dunaway posts a 30.715. Will go eighth quick. Lee Campbell goes 10th quick now with a 30.739 second lap. So that's qualifying as of right now.
Yeah, and I don't mean this in any rude way, but I'm very surprised to see Kyle Hess on the pole here. He's typically more of a starting in the back and ends up getting a good finish. As Brandon Beatty gonna take over the second place spot with a 30. Oh, Patrick Millett taking over the pole. But yeah, as I was saying, typically for the races I watch, Kyle Hess normally starts more towards the back and works his way up towards the front by the end of the race. But it's good to see him qualifying well tonight.
Yeah, it's good to see them qualify well here tonight. And a lot of, well, Patrick Millette says no, he's going to the top of the board here. He posted a quick time of 30.535. So Patrick Millette's number 18 going to take over that. That's going to help him out in his chase standings. Give him a good position, starting position in tonight's race as long as he can hold on to that right now. The 36 of Stephen Luttrell's out there, 30.694 for his first lap. We'll see if he can do any better this time around.
And all these drivers, within a tenth of each other, honestly, here, maybe 2 tenths. That's realistically, that's really good.
Yeah, realistically, that was really good for them to be that close together. So, looking to see, we're missing. No Wayne Scott down there with a lap time here, but does not seem like it didn't count.
It did look like Luttrell improved slightly there.
Let's see what lap time he was able to put down. Steven Latrell puts down a 30.655 second lap faster his second time around. And looks like everybody got a little quiet on us there. So I'm looking at your drivers that are highlighted are the ones that are participating in the chase. So it gives you an idea of who to watch and how it may play out for them throughout the course of the night when it comes down to making points for this championship chase.
I did just get a little bit of an update. It says the fuel window is about 37 laps, give or take a little bit. So should be looking at a two stopper tonight.
So yeah, it should be about two. 100 and 105 laps, I think I saw.
Yeah, so I mean, just going. Let's just say it's 40, so it'd be 40, 80, 120, so around 37. Yeah, this should still be a two stopper here if we're green the entire time.
Yeah, 17 drivers tried to set time tonight, so 17 competitors in tonight's race. And Patrick Millette, the fastest of them so far. So we'll get our starting grid going here momentarily once everything rolls over.
I believe we got about 20 seconds left to qualify, so should be very shortly here.
Yeah, it's winding down here. Need to look into why the tower overlay mixes names occasionally.
Uh, I know if you're using what I typically use, which is SDK, I have to load the overlay every now and again,
I gotcha.
and it typically fixes it.
Yeah, it'll probably. I'm gonna get and hide the tower because if it rolls over while it's out, it'll stick.
By the way, I do like the way your tower is set up. It looks pretty nice, my man.
It'll come back once everybody gets on the racetrack. I think all the other stuff will go away. But thank you. I'm in the process of upgrading to the 2025 stuff, but it'll be a minute before I get it where I want it. So we'll roll until we
Fair enough.
can roll it out.
Now, I like the way they're all gridding up here. Honestly, I forgot that's how they do it here.
Oh yeah, down the apron and oh yeah, the little angle thing. Yeah, that's awesome. Um,
Don't really see that much anymore, honestly, when it comes to oval racing.
no, not at all. Not at all. Looking for. I'll leave that up there. Should be fine. Alrighty, so we'll take a look at our starting lineup. Starting on the side of the front row with fastest qualifier, 30.535 second lap time. Patrick Millette in the 18 will start on the pole to his outside. High Wide and Handsome Racing's 86. It's Kyle Hess. Inside of row number 2 from Biddy Family Racing's number 30, it's Brandon Biddy. And his outside, Misfits Racing's 55 is Truth Hope. Inside of row number 3 is Sean Dunaway, the Hello Kitty sponsored 01 machine. Chicken Coop Racing's number 98 of Andrew Teft will start outside position number 6. Inside of row number 4, Aaron Marquis on the 41 will start 7th. To his outside, the 19 of Cody Benelli will start 8th. Inside of row number 5 in the 9th spot, the 36 of Stephen Latrell. And his outside, row number races 42 of Jonathan Stidham will start P10. Inside of row number 6 is the 28 of Barry Nelson. His outside, Bohika Esports 29, it's Ira Colas. Let's see, we're down to 12 now. We got 5 more to go. We're going to roll this over. Let's see if I can do this. All right, so starting inside of row number 7 in the 13th spot, Full Send Esports number 60 is Lee Campbell. His outside, Misfits Racing's number 88. It's Troy Thomas. The Nitrous Cowboy will start 14th. To his inside of row number 8 now, Chicken Coop Racing's number 10 is Kirby Wainscott. Timothy Wiseman in the 92 will start 16th, and running out your field, Dennis Kane for Night Owl Racing in the 4 will start 17th. $17 drivers going to lock and load for the race here as they get ready to roll off of pit road. This little shot of everybody lined up down there. And they get ready to race the Kentucky Speedway for the first chase race of the, well, let's see, the post regular season.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. I'll give you that. Man, Sean Dunaway sticking to his guns and always running this Hello Kitty machine, and honestly, I'd be intimidated having that Hello Kitty machine behind me. I don't know what it is. It's slightly intimidating.
See, I think he can have Hello Kitty, but I think on the hood he should have Pokemon and Mewtwo.
Hey,
Technically still cat. I mean, he can do Meowth. Just fun little tidbits.
so who are you thinking might have a chance to win tonight?
Well, too early for me to put a thought in here.
Too early. Yeah, all right. We'll come back about halfway through the race and we'll make some picks here. But it looks like we're about to be going green flag for the first time here.
Alrighty, drivers coming down. iRacing.com space car is in. Patrick Millette to the loud pedal with the prime sponsor, number 18. Had a decent little, what do you call it, a lead over Kyle Hess coming to the start of that race. So see how he goes off into one. Looks pretty strong here. He's trying to take that Ghost Tequila number 18 out front and gap him out already. Brandon Biddy in the number 34 trying to make moves. As Kyle Hess now doing battle with Sean Dunaway in the 0-1 machine.
He's definitely you ever heard the saying, if I'm taking him to Gapplebee's? Well, he's taking him to Gapplebee's on his first lap.
He's doing it right now, but he's got to watch he doesn't overdo it. Was up earlier, but I failed to do so. I'm everybody's favorite screw up. Dover next week. That's what I'm looking for. Man, still battling back here. They're not lifting or making it easy. Aaron Marquis in fourth. We'll get a ticker scrolling here in a moment.
Yeah, they're still side by side back there for, second through fourth. But the longer they do this, the more that Patrick Mill is going to be able to pull out to a even bigger gap of the lead here. This is already up to, I believe, a 1.2 second gap on second place.
Let me get this going. Lap 4 of 105, and the driver is still pushing along here, rolling through. Sean Dunaway not wasting any time here, as well as Stephen Literal, or Luttrell. I don't say literal. I know literal. Steve Literal. Him and I usually battle for the same number in iRacing. Stephen Luttrell up 6 to make that 7 spots as he tries to make quick work of the Hello Kitty number 01 machine of Dunaway. Patrick Millette still set the sail out front, trying to run away with this. I don't know that he's going to be able to go as far as he wants to. Ooh, he's in the wall. Able to capitalize on the mistake. Hopefully he'll be able to keep that going in his favor.
Yeah, just want to take a moment to show a little bit of love to the YouTube chat here. We got a .666 Dang Bad Omens, Not Stoked, Stephen Luttrell fan club in the house. We appreciate y'all. Stidham 42 not actually in the chase and battling for 13th. Appreciate everybody for stopping by.
Yeah, appreciate everybody for checking out the Racers Elite Network. Those that are returning individuals, we welcome you back. And those that are new, we're glad to have you. And don't forget about us. Yeah, I'm just doing some small things here and there.
For the most part, I mean, looking back through the field here, it looks like everybody's single file out.
Yeah, this is one of those tracks where you're pretty tight on one corner of the course, and then it feels loose on the other, and it'll feel good for a little bit, but it's one of those deals where you don't want to overdo it too soon, and it can plague your whole night. So it's kind of one of those
Yeah.
deals you want to sit back and kind of relax. Some of these drivers kind of want to hang out and try not to wipe themselves out early, and others just kind of want to be on the move. So they're just gonna have to pick and choose their battles throughout the course of tonight's race.
Yeah, and Luttrell able to get to the inside of Millett coming out of two, but going through 3 and 4, Millett was able to get the better drive out of the corner there, so he's able to take back over the race lead. Now, the 30 is going to be looking to the inside of Stephen Luttrell here as well. And apparently, I'm losing my voice as we're doing this. That was lovely.
Well, that's not good. Watching here. So 41 of Aaron Marquis Exalta sponsored 20 or 41. Man, I thought I saw him like a 24 before. It almost got me there for a little bit. Oh, wait, the one. I was adjusting the ticker, trying to drop it below the bottom of the tower, but it'll be fine for tonight. Patrick Willett, still your race leader. Brandon Biddy is in second. In the 33rd is Stephen Luttrell right now. He's up 6 spots, started 9th, so he didn't waste any time moving forward. He knew that qualifying time he laid wasn't as good as what he wanted. So he's trying to make up that ground now early in this race. So he'll be hoping that some green flag pit stops go the way he wants them to, and he'll be able to finish strong and work on this, get a strong start to his chase for this season.
Yeah, I mean, so far this race is going pretty great here. Everyone's single filed out for the most part. We're not having any incidents. Everyone's racing pretty hard. We're already working lap 12 at 105. I mean, so far the race is flying by at the moment.
Yeah, so far it's going pretty quick here. The driver's now roaring down the back straightaway into 3. And, you know, it's kind of trippy because looking at the walls here, if you remember back this last build, Atlanta was all green around the walls. This time it's Kentucky.
Yeah, I think I remember whenever they did change the color of the wall at Atlanta, it threw me off so bad because I don't know, it looked weird at first.
Yeah, it looked weird, threw us off for a loop, and here we are now. Kentucky is now green, and I was like, man, I had retake. I almost called this Atlanta. Yeah, so right now your top 5 look like Patrick Millett, Brandon Biddy, Stephen Luttrell, Sean Dunaway, Aaron Marquis. Andrew Teft is 6th. Kyle has 7th. Jonathan Sidham currently in the 8th spot. Cody Vanelli 9th. Truth Hope is in 10th. And I may be showing where it looks like Dennis Kane not part of this event.
Yeah, might have used like a starting park or something potentially, just to get last place points here.
He may have, but yeah, he definitely doesn't want his chase to start out on a negative note. So the starting park to be able to keep in the chase is probably a good option. It may completely wipe him out of being able to win it, but everybody could have an opportunity to miss. You know, so it may be helpful to have those points. It may be a saving grace tonight.
That is very true. I mean, some points is better than no points. That is for sure. And you never know what could happen during the playoffs. You know, a couple people could have a few bad races and it put them right back in there.
Yeah, you're gonna be interested to see how it plays out with the drivers whenever they come through for green flag stops and what the rest of this chase looks like going forward. It's at 37, so we're about halfway to our pit window, just about. That's
yeah, give or take a few laps there, but yeah, I believe lap 37 is what I was told for fuel.
So that'll be good to see here as Jonathan Simmons is battling for 13th. That was probably a moment ago. Oh no, him and Kirby Wainscott actively going at it back here. And Truth Hope and Ira Kohlhaas going at it for position as well further back in the field, side by side racing. Oh, bounce off the wall. Stood in, run over racing, trying to run over the wall. The 42. He's going to fall back to the grass. Ira Kohlhaas going to try to put a move on the 42 machine. He's going to try the inside.
Yeah, it looked like that 55 of True Toke was potentially looking to take it 3 wide there as well, as I believe the 42 got into the wall again going into the entry turn 1 there.
Yeah, they just keep. Yeah, I think I saw him get into the wall there. He's definitely fighting a either tight race car or he's definitely already driven hard enough to wear the tires off on that thing. But don't think that's the case. Stephen Luttrell right now with the fastest lap of the race, a 30.697. And I do not know if drafting in general is going to help anybody here. It is a mile and a half, Kentucky. It's kind of like Atlanta. Atlanta was fast when you could draft with somebody a mile and a half, but I don't think that it's enough. Unless you're like 2-car drafting and you got a bunch of guys by themselves, I don't know it's enough to really make up any ground.
Yeah, I will say this, classifies a mile and a half, but the way the corners are here, just you can't really carry a lot of speed through the corners like you can at most mile and a halves. So the draft does matter, but I feel like it isn't helping as much as per se it would at like a Vegas or Atlanta or something like that.
I got you. Yeah, that's something I was looking at. We got to battle a little bit further ahead of that. I believe maybe that's Stephen Luttrell trying to work his way around. I believe. Ooh, somebody hard in the wall right behind them. That might have been 29 of Kohlhaas maybe got in the wall.
I'm not quite sure. I think I missed that myself, but
it looked like the 29. Pretty sure. There's some damage to the right side. It looked like it. Seemed like he got pretty good there. Still back to Stephen Luttrell making battle here with the 19 of Cody Manelli now. As Kirby Wainscott trying to drive away from that mix. Patrick Millett out front over Brandon Biddy. About a little over a second and a half gap, I believe. And about a second and a half gap between your race leader and second place, Brandon Biddy. Sean Dunaway is third. Aaron Marquez made his way to the 4th spot. Andrew Tuft is 5th. Barry Nelson is 6th. Kirby Wainscott. Kyle Hess is 7th. Kirby Wainscott is 8th. Kirby Wainscott up 7 spots. Started 15th, currently in 8th position. As the field comes off of turn number 4, speed shot here at the front straightaway on the flag stand. See just how far away everybody is, gapped out from each other versus the ones that actually go and battle back through the field. A couple guys getting into the wall there. They're using up that wall on entry. Looks like Kohlhaas, the 29, against the wall. You're able to keep it clean, keep the car rotated, and we are still racing here in Kentucky. Good battle here. Jonathan Stidham and Stephen Luttrell going back and forth. Great battle between those drivers. Stephen Luttrell does have a 3.44 Class A 2,496 I rating.
Speaking of Luttrell, I mean, it seems like he has a really fast hot rod tonight, just not able to consistently get them fast laps down. But it does also look like he has a little bit of front end damage there. I don't know if you noticed that or not.
Yeah, it's already bounced off the wall. It looks like it's right there on the corner of that right front.
So it could potentially be getting just slightly tight because of that. You know how aero dependent some of these vehicles are.
Yeah, I was looking at some notes here for Jonathan Stidham too, and he ran the Racers Elite Tuesday Truck Series last night and started 6th and finished 10th. That was at Five Flag Speedway, so it's a really short track there. Quite interesting configuration. And he finished 2nd in the mini stock race at Slinger Speedway on Saturday.
Man, I will say, if I was running the truck series, the Five Flags would have been the one I would have skipped because I hate that track.
Did not get along, huh? And yeah, it's quite the race going. Patrick Millette, still your race leaders, gapped it out. You talked about Gapplebee's earlier, man. I'm gonna have to go down there and get dinner and have a beer when this race is over because Patrick Millette is stepping it out. He's right now. He might be qualifying for a marathon at this point.
Yeah, almost out to a 3 second lead here. As they were starting to reel him back in, but he said, "You know what? I'm just gonna push." And it seems like it's paying off for him here. As we're nearing about 10 laps before the end of the fuel run, he's still running really, really good here.
We're gonna have to have a cockpit inspection of the 18 machine because I think he has some prime hydration and some Ghost Tequila mixed in his cup. We need to get a check on that.
Are you sure he ain't sponsored by NOS?
Well,
He ain't
I
got
don't
it
know.
hidden in the roll cage or something?
Well, we can get Google Pixel in there and see if we can figure it out. Yeah, the 18 is setting sail and checking out. He's made it to the hotel lobby. Check, please. Turn the keys in. He is out of here.
But anything can still happen here. As you know, it's still prime time to have a word that should not be named. But as of right now, it's looking like we're not gonna have any.
It's a little early for that. We got to see how they cycle into these pit stops under green flag. That may be the cause and maybe where it shows up when we
That
get
is
to
very
that
true.
time. So there's another shot here at Patrick Millette's lead, almost 3 seconds over Sean Dunaway and Hello Kitties. He is deploying the cats right now. He's battling out. It's like Cody Benelli trying to figure out a move here. Thought he was trying to get around Wayne Scott, but not pulled forward enough to do so. Wayne Scott looking at the 28 machine of Barry Nelson. So we got give you an idea of some of the chase drivers, just how diverse they are in their competitiveness. We got drivers stretched all throughout the field. We got two together. We got one by himself, another one by himself. Then we got four that are running right there together, and then another group to separate the other two. However, unfortunately, this game not participating in tonight's event is going to get points for the night, but not here with Stephen Luttrell back there in the 16th spot.
Yeah, not sure what happened to him, but he fell way back.
Sure did. And I was looking, he has not pitted, so it's not a pit stop issue. He must have really got out of it or something. Now racing might hit him with the bad dog no biscuit trick.
Looks like we're gonna have our first pit stop here at the Kirby Wayne Scott on that 10 machine.
We'll keep an eye on him, see how he makes his way down into pit road here coming up.
42 coming in as well. I also believe I heard the 92 was coming in.
So pit stop's coming up here. So we got drivers in. Wayne Scott doing a 4-tire stop, it appears. I'm probably going to implement those into this set of overlays before I get everything implemented in the new upgrades. So I'll probably put the movers and shakers and the pit stop updates in here.
And I mean, if these drivers are able to go about 37 laps, I'm very surprised for seeing people come in this early. That's
Well, it also depends on if they're using crew chief or something of that nature versus iRacing. iRacing's black boxes tend to be off by a few laps. So you might see a couple coming on lap 34 thinking that they're a lot lower and they won't be able to go as far as they really can.
that is fair.
So I don't know exactly what our Lord of Information is using, but he let us know what his is telling him.
Looks like Cody Benelli coming down to the pits as well this time, so it's going to leave about 10 cars left that need to pit at the moment here. As Millet in the 18 car is still just doing a really good job at maintaining about that 3-second gap to Dunaway, that 01 machine.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that plays out here. But pit stops coming through, and first round drivers going to lap down now because of the pits, and they come back out where they're going to get stuck at.
Sounds like our leader is going to be coming in this time, followed by the second place driver, Dunaway. And everybody able to get in there with no issues for the most part from the looks of it.
Yeah, it's good when the drivers get on off a pit road like that and no issues, and we stay clean and green. It's not a lot that we get that, and that just goes to show the trying. You run out of words here for some reason.
Just goes to show the patience and the ability of these drivers here tonight, as they're taking their time, making sure they're able to get on pit road, not trying to run over each other in the process.
There you go. Very well, he said. Thank you, Thesaurus.
It looks like Lee Campbell, the only one yet to pit right now. So if there was a caution right now, there would be a lot of people, having to take a wave around and such here to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, it'd be good. Yeah, you're right. He is the only one. You have to come to pit road, and he is there now.
I was about to say, I don't think he's going to be able to go too many more laps here, as we're working lap 40 of 105, so...
He was definitely saving from the get-go.
Seems like the lead's going to be handed over to Wayne Scott here, with Millet about 2 to 3 seconds back off of him.
And another good thing here, too. All 17 or 16 drivers, can't say 17 because Dennis Kane had to ruin it all. Everybody's been able to make it on and off of pit road without getting a penalty.
That is true, but it looks like Stephen Luttrell went a lap down during the pit process here. Maybe stayed in and got a little bit of damage fixed, as he was pretty far off pace. So I'm wondering how much that front end damage was affecting him there.
Yeah, looking here at his pit stop time, he was in the pits for 30. He was in his pit box for 36.85 seconds. I'd imagine he was repairing something. So damage repairs on that machine. You want to look at the ticker here for a minute. Change anything? Got it. So lap 41 to 105. I do like the tower works out better with the tried to get it to do it for the ticker, but it wouldn't, for some reason wouldn't do it. So Kirby Wayne Scott, a non-playoff contender, the Races Elite Network sponsored number 10 with the race lead. Number 10 Toyota. So it's Toyota followed by Chevy, Ford. Funny thing is, back in the R Factor days, I used to race the off-road trucks with a guy in his, we called him Heavy Chevy. So from 2nd to 7th is the Heavy Chevy Club right now. So yeah, things kind of zooming by at the moment. Is Stephen Luttrell still has the fastest lap of the race, 30.697. lap down or not. Um, yeah, I'll have to figure out how to get that back, but that's, I mean, he is the only driver a lap down right now, so that shouldn't be too hard to do. 6. And he's really kind of just behind the leaders as Patrick Millette and Kirby Wayne Scott go at it. Millette back to the race lead. I'll tell you what, there's an alien behind that 18 machine. He may not
Yeah,
have the fastest lap
especially
of the race, but he is on it tonight.
especially with him being on probably the freshest set of tires out of the. Well, I guess Dunaway did pit about the same time he did there, but he's definitely on a lot fresher tires than Wayne Scott. So I'll be looking for him to really pull away from him here, as we do have a caution out.
Our first caution of the night looks to include Brandon Biddy in the number 30 machine. Try and draw that up here, and you'll see you'll see me highlighting one of my sponsors here, Insurance Centers Incorporated. We'll see what happened to Brandon Biddy. They come off the corner. He looks to have maybe overcorrected. Let's see. He went to turn in the corner, went across, and there's the 41 of Aaron Marquis, and he's going to back that car up into the outside wall hard. A hit's going to crumple the rear bumper of that car, take the fenders as well. Probably not so much on the structural side of damage as he's sitting there waiting everybody to go by. Very courteously, good take for him. And then number 30. And he'll get turned around corrected, so he'll get that damage fixed. Don't know if he'll use a fast repair to do so or not, but I imagine the fact that he was coming down the racetrack, he may be the one getting penalized for this. We'll find out when race control issues their penalty is Speed Zone Race Control, the official race control of Racers Elite Network.
I mean, I could potentially see that as a racing incident. As he was clear, and then the 41 just had a really good head of steam, came on his inside.
Yeah, any
But
kind of
I'm
scrub
not.
speed coming down the racetrack, though, you're killing your entry. So we'll see what she decides. It's up to her.
Looks like it was ruled to be on the 41 there.
Yeah, it's kind of heavy on Marquis. So yeah, maybe she said that he failed to keep control. So that being said, drivers working their way down pit road. Looks like everybody coming down pit road. Stephen Luttrell will take his wave around to get his lap back, and I'm sure he'll try to make his own stop when he comes back around.
Yeah, potentially looking to get a little bit more of that damage fixed. As he still does have a little bit of front end damage. I imagine it's not too much left, but there's no telling. I barely touched the wall, and my car looked perfectly fine, and I had 5 minutes of damage the other day, so can't rule anything out at this point.
No, I can't rule it out at all when it comes down to these. Let's see here what we got coming out. And Patrick Millette looks to have won the race off of pit road as he is still your race leader. And Kirby Wayne Scott holds on to the second spot after that pit stop. Sean Dunaway in third. Fourth is Kyle Hess. Fifth is Cody Bonelli. Sixth, Timothy Wisebrand. Seventh, Brandon Biddy. Eighth is Truth Oak. Ninth, Lee Campbell. 10th, Andrew Teft. 11th is Troy Thomas. 12th, Jonathan Stidham. 13th is Ira Kohlhaas. 14th, Barry Nelson. 15th is Aaron Marquis. 16th, Stephen Luttrell, who just got his lap back. Dennis Kane still scored out of this event. As we got a couple drivers coming back down pit road playing the fuel mileage game. Looks like the 88 is back down. That's Troy Thomas, the Nitrous Cowboy. The 42 of Jonathan Stidham is back down as well, and it looks like Barry Nelson's 28 back down pit road. On the one to
Yeah,
green.
and judging based off of the fuel we've seen after the first pit stops there, I would say these drivers are probably good to make till about lap 85, 86 around in there. The people that came down pit road to top back off might be good for about 87.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they how things play out going forward with especially now with Stephen Luttrell back on the lead lap.
So he does have pace, somewhat with the leaders there, even with having damage. So he should be able to work his way up through this field as long as he's able to keep it clean and not get involved in any foolishness here.
Yeah, the lights down on the iRacing.com official pace truck as they were going to roll through turn 3.
So Millet opting to restart on the outside here, so that is going to give, I believe, Kirby Wainscott on that 10 machine the inside advantage, but Patrick Millet obviously going to be leading us back to the green, so he will be able to fire off first here.
And being on the outside, he's giving his, being the oval the way it is, also giving the inside lane a good prime view of when he takes off on the green as the green flag's back out. Patrick Millette goes off into 1 and 2 with the race lead in the Prime Hydration sponsored number 18. And Kyle Hess goes to P2. That's a weird camera. Kyle Hess is now in P2. It's been kind of quiet tonight out of the 86 camp. He is in the championship chase, but he just kind of snuck up there. He started second, but he's been quiet. He kind of fell back a little bit, not too far, but just enough for that pit stop running back up to the front. Kirby Wainscott is up from 15th to 3rd, up 12 spots, so he's making a good bit of noise.
Yeah, and holy cow with the dive in, Kyle Hish just had there 1 and 2. He just made up so much time on the leader there, but looks like he's going to be able to maintain it on the exit here.
Yeah, he maintained it about a quarter of a second up to your race leader, and he's going to try to knock off some of that coming through the corner, but Kirby Wainscott has such a great line and made up some ground coming off of turn 4, and has pulled down about 0.4 of a second. Not able to make a pass though, but man, Hess pulling on Millette though, 0.08 seconds, right to the back bumper now.
Yeah, Hiss has got something figured out for turns 1 and 2, but I don't know how much his tires are going to like that after a few laps of doing that.
He's going to keep hounding on him though. He's got to try. He's got to figure something out now. Now is the time to figure out how it's going to react, but not to burn him up. You still got to. Patrick Millette in the wall just a little bit there on the right side. Makes you wonder just how much damage some of these guys do have from pegging the wall, taking the nose of the outside wall.
And could you imagine if every time you hit a wall, you had to sign where you hit it?
I'd have to pack a cot with me because I'd be signing the wall all night long.
It'd definitely be very interesting just to have to go through there and look at all the names of people that's hit the wall in the same place.
If I'm gonna run out of places with the names.
Yeah, I'd start putting them on top of each other. Put a fresh coat of paint every now and again.
Oh yeah. So start over. Oh, I'm layer 1 at Kentucky. I'm layer 6. Same spot.
Why is your name on the wall in the same spot 20 times? Because I can't drive, sir. Because I can't drive.
Too much spring rubber. Give me a bag of root beer barrels.
Ooh, Wayne Scott getting into the back of Hiss just a little bit, come through 1 or 2, trying to let him know he's back there. Looks like defeats 5 of True Toke, looking to the inside of Sean Dunaway. Oh, Kirby Wayne Scott almost come down into Sean. And that is going to send Kirby high as he had to correct himself there.
I'll tell you what, movers and shakers right now. People, 18 in the wall. That's going to mess up this corner entry. Here comes Kyle Hess. Look to the inside. Right near the 86. Can he hold it? Momentum off a turn 2 down the back straightaway. Looks like Patrick Millette hanging on to it. But let's see, dive into 3. Great line of entry for the 18. A lot more break for the 86 of Hess. Off of turn 4, Millette has the race lead. He's back in control.
Man, Kyle Hess is just able to get to the center of the corner through 1 and 2, just really good there as he's looking to go to the inside of Patrick again through 3 and 4 this time.
Yeah, he's got that dive going in there, but man, you got to kill so much momentum. You can see right now, see Patrick Millette working the outside lane, keeping momentum up right against the wall. Probably able to keep the throttle down a little more to the center of the corner as he holds that car down. As this is the 86 that has rolled through the corner, trying not to scorch the tires or scuff up too bad, trying to hang with the 18 of Millette. But hanging with Millette's one thing, be able to pass him and hang on to the race lead, that's a whole nother ball game, especially with someone like Sean Dunaway knocking on your back door.
And speaking of knocking on his back door, he did try to take a look to the inside there. It just seems like the inside is not the place to be in 3 and 4 if you're going to pass.
No, it completely kills the momentum. It looks like here's Timothy Wiseman down pit road. So a little early stop there, I believe.
I believe I've heard over the radio he was having some sort of issue and might be having to let it up on the hauler for the day.
Well, you got a black flag for something there on lap 57, so let's take a look and see what may have potentially be causing Timothy Wiseman some issues. Well, looks like black flag may have been for entering too fast. So we'll jump back to live. Back to the racing.
It's unfortunate to see that Shaco LLC sponsored machine having to load it up on the hauler so early in this race. Timothy's normally a noisemaker towards the end of the runs and stuff here, but looks like Brandon Beatty moving up to that 5th place spot. Truth Hope falling back a little bit here, back to 6th.
Yeah, Brandon Beatty and Truth Hope having a battle for position there is Brandon Beatty on a stroll forward here for the time being. We'll see how far he can climb here. He's made it up to P5 in the number 30 machine so far. So he got quite a ways to go to pick up another spot, but he's turned up the heat here recently in the last couple of laps.
Yep, and Brandon Millett just not Brandon.
That's a good one.
Patrick Millett starting to put a little bit of a hurting on the second, third place here as they have been battling slightly trying to decide who's going to be taking over that second place spot, but it looks like Hess has just got the advantage at the moment as he is starting to pull away from Dunaway slightly. Man, I don't know if it's because I cut my graphics up or what, but these cars just look really good tonight.
Okay, yeah, they definitely looking pretty strong here. Looking really good graphically. I gotta lie with you there.
I really don't know what it is. They just look completely different, like a lot more shiny, and you can tell the lights are, what's the word I'm looking for? Like reflecting very
Lights
well
are reflecting really
compared to normal.
I'll tell you what it is later. I have a small tidbit that I do. It helps out. But Patrick Millette, your race leader. Kyle Hess still hanging on to the second spot. Almost a full second lead from Millette that he's built here, so.
Yeah, not as big as a gap as the first run here, so other people starting to get something figured out slightly. So looking forward to the third run here after we get fuel again to see if anyone gets anything fully figured out and has more of a chance of having a run here at Millette.
Then again, Millette may be backing it down a little bit, keeping a little bit in the tank so he doesn't overdrive the car. I know that I'm probably one that's probably really bad at it, but the more laps I put down somewhere, the harder I drive the car trying to get more out of it.
Yeah, I'm about to do that too, and I can't believe you would say my lap would be chicken footing.
Well, with almost a full second lead, why wouldn't you?
That's a very good point.
I mean, you don't ever give up free ground, but if you can back it down and save some equipment just a little bit and still keep them behind you, can help you out. Especially maybe save a lap or two of fuel and really put them down.
So just a little update on Luttrell here. You know, coming back from a lap down, currently sitting P11, working his way up through the field slowly but surely.
Looking at lap times last time by. Basically at a 32.416 second lap. And that was the fastest lap of the race last time by. The best lap overall was a 30.697, still held by Steven Luttrell. Speak of the devil. It's been quite a while ago.
Yeah, and I believe at this point the air temp of the, it's went down about 2 degrees. So track temps probably went down slightly as well. So the track might be a slightly slicker. It might be a little harder for these guys to run that fast of a lap.
The track temperature went up.
I thought it was 76 when we started.
It went up 5 degrees. It's 81 now, according to overlay.
Well, you know what? Shame on me. I might be wrong there.
It's getting hotter. These guys putting rubber down. It's getting a little heated out here. Fortunately, Timothy Weisbrand, let's see what I got here. That was lap 57, lap 58. That was laps ago when he came to pit road. Fortunately, taking his car pit side is one of the only drivers out as far as it started the race. Dennis Kane pretty much did not grid. Showed up there to do that. Try to get us points to stay in the chase. But man, I tell you, it's not really looking good for Dennis Kane right now. Everybody that's in the chase is at least 4 spots ahead of him. So it's a lot of gap. They have to try to make up. Not impossible, but it's going to be hard.
It looks like we might be having some pit stops here very shortly as Kirby Wainscott is potentially going to the pit here.
We got Kirby on pit road now, making his way down to his pit box. Let's see what kind of strategy Kirby uses here. 2-tire stop, 4-tire stop. We know he's getting fuel. Looks like right sides are up, so we're definitely getting right sides during this pit stop. We'll be down here pretty soon as it's already set here. Check the other stage. It's a 4-tire stop and fuel for the 10. Kirby Wainscott.
And he should be good to make it from here, but it just seems a little early to be pitting us. That's going to put him on. I mean, he will be gaining time early, but towards the end of this run, he's going to have no tires as everyone else. He'll have first tires.
Well, being the first one to stop will help. Brandon Biddy now down pit road. We'll see if he does a 4-tire stop and fuel. We assume it will be, but we're going to find out here in just a moment as he's going to pull into his box here. He slides in. Well, they had to throw it in reverse, give it a quick reverse cycle there. It goes right sides for sure. When they're dumping in some of that great Sunoco race fuel, you go to the other side where you get 4 tires and fuel for number 30. Tell you what, the 14.90, 14.55. So 14.55 second stop for Lee Campbell. Last stop. He must have made sure his teammate threw Wheaties this morning.
He's just got what is that dude's name? Luigi?
Yeah.
Out of cars. Yeah, he's got him changing tires.
And Emily Campbell is in. The number 60 Ford. I mean, we're seeing a lot of solo pit stops right now. All these guys are trying to set up the long game right now. They're trying to figure out how to process this forward. It looks like the 55. You can't handle the truth, hope. Pit road and the double nickel.
Yeah, it kind of seems like a lot of these guys are kind of getting the same strategy here. Going to try to make up a little bit of time on the fresh tires earlier, but I believe Patrick Millett here is going to be staying out until probably like lap 80, 85 around in there before he comes down and takes his final pit stop here.
Yeah, he's going to try and ride this out as far as he possibly can and kind of leave everybody little to no hope that he wants this event, wants this race win here at Kentucky.
Yeah, it definitely would be deserved as he's been dominating most of the night here. I don't think there's been a single lap he hasn't led yet other than pit cycle.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. He'll definitely have the car to beat as far as having fresh tires when he comes back out of the pits once he goes in, but it's and we got chase drivers that are laps down now. We got Truth Hoke and Lee Campbell both a lap down. We'll see if they're able to get those back. If the drivers can cycle right, this pit stop could be the game changer.
Yeah, one thing they definitely don't want to see right now is a caution, as that is going to trap them a lap down potentially. They'll have to take a wave around. So
if they can get it. Yeah, that's if they can get the wave around. I mean, we're cycling through pit stops, and we do have a few that have to come pit. We could have a few that get out or become in the way, so to speak, of drivers that need to get a lap back won't be able to.
I ain't gonna lie, I've done it before to where I needed to pit within the next 10 laps, but I stayed out just so I could have the track position.
Yeah, I understand that.
Followed by another quick caution, I go into pits and boom. I mean, free track position, everyone else stuck a lap down. Don't have to worry about them as much anymore. But looks like our leader and second place going to be coming down the pits this time, so that's going to hand over the lead to Nelson. Thomas going to be taking over second. Stephen Luttrell working his way up to third currently.
And let's see what the call is in the Patrick Millett pit here. We'll see what he goes. That's probably, I imagine we're going to see a 4-tire and fuel stop for the 18, but we'll see as he makes his way down to his pit box right now.
Yeah, I imagine with there being at least, about 25 laps left to go, they're probably going to take 4 tires. But, I've been fooled before.
It is a 4-tire stop for the number 18. Same for Kyle Hess right behind him. And it looks to be that the 28 of Barry Nelson with the race lead, but Patrick Millett's 18 is back to the racetrack, and we'll see how this plays out now as we get led towards the checkered flags with 24 laps to go this time by for Barry Nelson's number 28, Levi Garrett sponsored Chevrolet.
Yeah, and the way things are sitting right now, it looks like Brandon Beatty in that 30 machine is going to be taking over the lead after everyone else pits here. And it looks like fourth place in that 29 machine is coming down to pits. So we still have 3 drivers that have yet to come down.
So right now, before Barry Nelson, let's say before he goes pit side, so Ira Kohlhaas is pitting. Barry Nelson is your race leader over Troy Thomas, Stephen Luttrell. Ira Kohlhaas is in the pits now in the 29. And the Nitrous Cowboy Troy Thomas in the 88 has taken the race lead. We'll see if he can run away with this thing in the Mountain Dew sponsored Chevy Camaro.
And man, them early pit stops definitely seem to be paying off here.
They do it for the time being, but we'll see where they're at about 20 laps or so when they're looking about 23 laps left in this one. So looks like everybody's a lap down all the way up to 6th place to include Patrick Millett. It's going to be interesting to see how Troy Thomas holds up here towards the end of this one.
Yeah, and that 18 and 55 just sent the 88 through wide there. They were not wasting any time trying to get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, great action here with the race leader working traffic as I recall losses to pit road. Troy Thomas, Kyle. So you see Kyle Hesser. It's going to be Barry Nelson in the 28 and second. Stephen Luttrell is third. The 36 as he is now on pit road, so he'll give up that spot.
Like Barry Nelson's going to be coming down this lap as well.
Troy Thomas still staying out on the racetrack. It's interesting. I don't know what lap he pitted. Lap 47, so he ought to be getting pretty due pretty soon.
I imagine within the next lap or two, he should be bringing it down pit road here.
He got company. Andrew Tough just slid by. I think he was getting ready to, and he had company and was not able to put it in position. So Troy Thomas has to pit. It's interesting to see that he's waited so long to do so.
Sometimes, you know, your race isn't going to plan, so you try to stay out and bank on a caution, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it don't. But,
he's going to have to pit soon. He's got 39 laps on this stint.
Millet already took back over basically what would be the lead after a later pits here.
He's got a little ways to go yet. We'll see. If Thomas were to do a 2-tire and fuel stop, it may be close, but there's still a lot of time left, so this could play out in Troy Thomas's hands. Maybe if he gets, he's still got to wait out a stop. That's gonna probably put him back a lap down.
I think he's out of fuel because he is really slow down pit road right now.
He's definitely was making it to his box. 40 laps on that stop, on that run. Just highlight there.
A heck of a gamble, just unfortunately did not pay off for him there, as it was not a caution. But everyone has pit now officially, so it looks like Millet taking back over the lead. Dunaway is going to be second place with Brandon Beatty in third, but Kyle Hess going to quickly take over that third place spot. So that's going to put Beatty in fourth, True Tug fifth.
Yeah, Patrick Millett has a decent lead right now over Sean Dunaway and Kyle Hess. Millett out front by 2 seconds over Sean Dunaway, so pretty dominating run for Patrick Millett today in the 18 Chevrolet. Make it all the way to the end. He'll lead the majority of this one here in Kentucky.
He can basically just put it on cruise control at this point, save his tires. If anyone does catch him, he'll have, you know, tire advantage to be able to push a little harder, but
once again, the chase drivers strung out throughout the field like cheese. Patrick Millett, your race leader. Sean Dunaway's second. Kyle Hess is third. Trent Hoke in fifth. Cody Minelli's eighth. Lee Campbell ninth. Luttrell in 11th. Barry Nelson 12th. Troy Thomas in 13th. And Dennis Kane not in the event. Great run, great effort for the 18 so far. He's got 15 laps remaining to keep it strong.
well, I guess it's a little late to do picks, but I guess we could both pick the 18 at this point, as he's just been absolutely dominant. But things could change. You never know. There's still 15 to go, like as you just said, and things could change in an instant.
I still think Sean Dunaway might have something for him.
If there just happens to be a caution, I believe it was Hess earlier that was getting that really good run of 1 and 2. If I remember correctly. And he was on a short run, he has really good speed, so I could potentially see him winning it as well.
Yeah, I was looking here to see where see if Troy Thomas is a lap down or not. I don't believe he went a lap down going in. As we have another driver retired, I believe Ira Kohlhaas has taken his 29 machine pit side, and he is done for the night, as we're done for the day.
I mean, what a phenomenal race tonight. Only one caution so far. Everyone's been, single file out for the most part. We've had a pretty good amount of racing as well. And I mean, a lot of respect shown by these drivers here. As we do have a little bit of a battle for second place.
Yeah, Kyle Hess and Sean Dunaway going at it. I believe Kyle has decided that the go time is time now, and he's kicked on the afterburners. He's trying to run down your race leader Millette, and we'll see if he's got enough in the tank to do it. Last time by, Kyle Hess was faster than Millette. We'll see what it is this time by. And this time slower. 32.340 for your second place driver, and your race leader 32.1 at 6.8. Is Truth Hoke and Brandon Biddy doing a battle back there now. And Truth Hoke working on trying to run away from the number 30 machine. Not going to happen just yet. Ten laps to go for your race leader, Patrick Millette, as he rounds turns 1 and 2. Watching the battle here now, Andrew Tepp going after Truth Hope from the inside in the race's Elite 98. Truth Hope's double nickel AC Delco sponsored ride on the top shelf. 3 wide now. Brandon Biddy's going to step in underneath the 98 of Andrew Tepp. Not quite going to get to where he wants to go with it, though. And Truth Hope in the wall. Able to keep it together and continue this battle for this position. Andrew Tepp drives clear now, going into 1. Truth Hope holding on to the outside. Cody Benelli trying to work the outside lane, get the momentum going as well.
I mean, Truth Hope trying everything he can to keep these positions here, as he definitely needs them as for the points in the playoffs here. But Cody Benelli starting to get around. I believe that is Brandon Beatty looking to get around Truth Hope here for that 5th spot. The time is closing for these drivers as we are getting ready to have 7 to go as the leader crosses the line here very shortly.
And he's still got quite the lead here over Kyle Hess. It's almost 3 seconds still. So Kyle Hess has any afterburners right now that he can burn. He needs to turn those things on now and get the wick lit. He's running out of time. 2.86 seconds at the line this time by for the 18 of Millette. As far as manufacturer favorites go, the top 3 are Chevrolets as we stand right now.
As my buddy Border would say, the bow tie crew.
The 3/4 of the Chase contenders are driving a Chevrolet.
They'd be faster if they was in a Toyota.
Well, I wish I could say that was true at this point. According to what I got here in front of me and what I see. Millette, Hess, and Dunaway are in Chevys. Benelli and Hoke are driving a Chevy. Luttrell and Campbell. Luttrell, the only Toyota of the group. Campbell and Kane are the 2 Fords. Nelson and Thomas back to Chevy.
So I am assuming Luttrell still has the fastest lap for tonight.
He does not. It has been changed. Brandon Biddy has the fastest lap. That's a 30.634 second lap time. And he did that back on lap 75.
There we go. But we are, 4 to go currently. And I mean, as long as Patrick doesn't make any mistakes here, he's looking like a sure win at the moment. Over a 3 second gap to second place. That's not including the rest of the field here.
Yeah, he's got prime hydration, and he is in prime time here in Kentucky with 3 to go as he crosses under the flag stand this time by.
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal driving out of Miller tonight. I mean, Kyle Hess is currently sitting P2, potentially look to bring home a P2. Also, a heck of a drive from him as well.
Yeah, big time. Their biggest mover tonight. It's dropped a little bit. Kirby Wainscott in the 8th place. Started in 15th, currently running in the 8th spot at number 10. Racers an Elite sponsored ride. There's Patrick Millette rounds turn for 2 to go. So tip of the green in the air for your race leader, Patrick Millette. Kyle Hess in
Yeah,
second still, and I don't think he's got anything for it.
yeah, Wayne's like to your point. You said Wayne's got the biggest moves tonight. He was actually running near the front for a good majority of this race, and that I think that pit strategy of trying to go in early might have hurt him a little more than he was expecting here, as he did lose a few spots. But we're getting ready to come to the white flag, and pending the 18 making any mistakes, this is definitely his race to lose here.
Yeah, either him make a mistake or his crew chief make a big mess up and run out of fuel in the last lap. White flag is out. One more lap to go for Patrick Millette. Patrick Millette starting from the pole. And is definitely not an unfamiliar place for him, as it seems like he does fairly well and starts on the pole quite a good bit. It's like he's got 26, well, not quite as much as like 26 poles out of 340 starts on the oval side as he picks up the race win. Patrick Millette will take home the W tonight at Kentucky Motor Speedway.
Yeah, Kyle Hess going to be bringing it home second. Sean Dunaway bringing it home third. So your top three.
We'll look at your full field rundown here real quick. Patrick Millette by 3.6 seconds over Kyle Hess, coming home second. Sean Dunaway third. Andrew Tufts fourth. Cody Manelli rounds out the top five. Shutok is sixth. Brandon Biddy seventh. Kirby Wainscott eighth. Stephen Luttrell comes home ninth. Right now, your top 10 is Lee Campbell. 11th goes to Barry Nelson. 12th, Jonathan Stidham. 13th is Troy Thomas. 14th, Ira Kohlhaas. 15th is Aaron Marquis. 16th, Timothy Wise. Brandon rounding out your field is Dennis Kane. We'll talk to your top three in just a moment here on the Racers Elite Network. See what we can find here. Alrighty. Sean, congratulations on your run there tonight, coming home with a third place finish. And tell us about that run for the Hello Kitty ride tonight. You seemed like you had something for the race leaders, and then a long run seemed like it kind of faded that opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the long run was. I mean, Patrick was just dominating that long run. Kyle and I tried to keep up with him, but he would just drive off after a while. So yeah, on that very last stint, I tried to short pit a little before everybody else. I think I was at least a lap before Kyle and Patrick there, just to get a little more fresher tires there. Didn't work out for me. Kyle still was able to drive off away from me. Then my screen froze for like 5 seconds into turns 3 and 4, and I hit the wall with like 10 laps to go there. So that's why I was falling off pretty significantly there. But yeah, I'll still take the P3. That's definitely the position that I was in basically the whole race. So we'll definitely take it there.
Okay, I'll definitely play out pretty good for you there, and help you out in the playoffs here as we roll race 2 going to Dover next week. You got
Yep.
anything for Sean Dakota?
Yeah, you got any kind of a game plan going into next week? You know, P3 this week. That's pretty good points. And I mean, are you good at Dover or?
That's a good question. Yeah, Dover's one of those tracks where you can easily, wear out your tires pretty fast. So it just depends on the pace. I like to keep my pace at a medium for the most part. Dover is one of those tracks where you don't really want to push it too hard. So I think we'll be fighting um for a P1 there. And hopefully at least a podium there. So we'll see.
Yeah, that is good. I look forward to seeing you next week. Is there anyone you want to shout out real quick?
Yeah, for sure. I'd like to thank my wife, my mom and stepdad for always watching, and then my cats for always trying to ruin my race over here.
Gotta love cats, man.
Yes, sir.
Ronald, anything else for you?
Nope. Congrats to Sean Dunaway on the podium, and hopefully we'll see you here again soon.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Yep.
All right, Sean Dunaway picking up the third place finish here tonight. We'll move up here. We'll talk with the Kyle S, the 86, finishing in the second spot as he started there, and it seems like the front two kind of stayed 1-2 all night. Kyle, anything you think could have done better to maybe have a run at Patrick before it was all said and done?
Man, not really. I was giving it my all. I was having a good time as well. Man, I, besides winning, I couldn't really ask for a better race. Um, Past couple of weeks, I've kind of messed myself up on pit road, so I'm glad I didn't mess myself on pit road and gave myself for a decent finish tonight.
You definitely had a great run and a great qualifying effort too to put you in position to at least maybe have something for him, but just come up a little bit short before it's all said and done.
Yeah, we were just talking about that in the chat room there. It's there was one run where I was I was thinking I was going to be able to get him, but Sean started kind of pushing in, which is fine. That's racing. Then I started paying attention more to Sean than I was Patrick, so kind of let him get away from me. But that's on me. But like I said, I still had a good time.
Like, yeah, it's always a good time up here in the booth as well. And it was great to watch this race, especially from our point of view. And I'm sure you guys just enjoyed the race out there on the racetrack as much as we did from watching it up here. Dakota, you got anything for
Yeah.
Kyle?
First off, congratulations on the P2. Second thing, you had a really good speed, or you had really good speed in 1 and 2. I'm not sure what you were doing different from everyone else, but you were really getting through there, rotating the center very well. Uh, Walk me through what you think you might have been able to do a little bit differently to potentially keep up with Patrick there.
Um, Man, there not really sure. The only thing that I could really critique myself on is nailing 3 and 4 better because in 1 and 2 I had them nailed. Like I was catching everybody in 1 and 2, but I seemed to lose it in 3 and 4. I've just got to. I think I was figuring out the angle of it, but I need just a little bit more time for 3 and 4, and I might get them next time.
Fair enough. How are you looking? Are you looking forward to Dover? You good at Dover? Or?
Man, we're gonna see. I haven't had too great of luck at Dover in my iRacing career, but we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for a great race, but uh, Dover's just one of them places it could end up really bad really fast.
And then that is very true, but just don't be me and wait and be in a chase at Dover and decide to blow the tire coming to like 10 to go.
Oh
Um,
man,
Anyways, man, is there anyone want to shout out?
I'd like to thank you guys in the booth for putting on the race and calling the races every week. I'd like to thank everybody who's watching. It's really y'all who helps the channel grow by watching us race and sharing the races. So we really do appreciate that. Um, Thanks to Andrew and everyone who puts the league on. We got a great bunch of guys right now, and I'm, one of the cleanest places to race in my opinion. I'd like to thank my team, High Wide and Handsome. Most of them run on Tuesday nights in the trucks, but I do know they watch from time to time. So I'd like to thank them guys, and we'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir. Well, again, congratulations on your P2, and we'll let you go, bud.
Thanks, man. Y'all have a good night.
Okay.
Yep, you as well.
Alrighty, that leaves us one interview to do here tonight. Let me go at it here.
Yep, our race winner, Patrick Millett here. It's Dakota and Ronald up in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, boys?
Man, what a dominating performance out of you tonight. Congratulations on your win here. What did you have to do to get it done, sir?
I think anywhere I go, any track that you have to save tires or conserve tires or be good on your tires, I've always come in pretty confident with. It's the same thing with like IRP. Texas last week too, I was pretty fast. Then I messed up on pit road multiple times. So yeah, once that first run went through, the start was kind of weird. Everyone was kind of got jambled up in the back, and I was up front. I just immediately just started lifting really early and saving tires, and then kind of learned how to be fast while saving the tire, and worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it definitely did. As you, I believe, was up to about a 4-second gap or 3.5-second gap to second place there, and that was after we had a caution. So, I mean, heck of a job today. Ron, you got any questions for him?
No, he was just dominant and had very key timing on his pit stops and was able to make the best of it. And he made pretty much came out and showed everybody that he had what it took to be beat tonight, and nobody was able to lay it down. So great run, Pat, and we look forward to seeing what you got the rest of the chase season coming up.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
No problem. Buddy.
Before we let you go,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm not gonna push him out the door.
Go to bed.
Right.
Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to or thank, sir?
Just my kids, wife. That's about it. Thank you guys for doing what you do, and thanks for Andrew. And yeah, next week.
Like you owned it over.
Yes, sir.
Congrats on the race win, and hopefully we'll see you in the booth again throughout the rest of the season.
Thanks, guys. Hopefully be back.
Heck yeah. So championship incoming is Patrick's looking forward to trying to take as many races off the out of everybody else's hands as he can. Which I mean that would be a great what a great champion would do. But man, I'll tell you what, it's a fun race here at Kentucky tonight. Almost green to checkered, one little mishap, but little miscue, but a fun race nonetheless. And Brandon Biddy the fastest lap time, 30.634. So he gets the NOS Energy drink. Oh, I'm making stuff up now. Best lap of the night. So good job there for him, and a great race won by Patrick Millett. And we'll see you next time here on Racers Elite Network. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Thanks Andrew for having us, and thank you Dakota for joining me here in the booth.
Yes, sir.
Hari Sports TV would like to thank all of its supporters. Insurance Centers Incorporated, Genwire Services in Reedsville, West Virginia, Slick Products USA, Jeff Scott and the gang at the Florida Entertainment Group at FEGPC.net, BladeNerd.com, simple web solutions powered by nerds, Jeff Brown at iRacing iFlag, Brayden Dillinger at Throttle Smasher Performance in Dawson, Pennsylvania, Renegade Race Fuels, Premier Racing Setups, TrackCams22.com for asphalt oval and all course style cameras, SimRatMarket.com for dirt oval cameras, Thanks for watching this broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time on Hari Sports TV.